Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mile High Church. We are going to play a song in honor of a musical legend that we lost just recently, Jimmy Buffett. So there will be no real margaritas for y'all, but we're going to play a song for you. Here you go. Nibbling on sponge cake, watching the sun bake. All of the tourists, they're covered with oil. Strumming my six string on my front porch swing. Smelling the champagne beginning to boil. Everybody, wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker song. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's fault. Don't know the reason I stayed here all season. Nothing to show but this brand new tattoo. But it's a real beauty, a Mexican cutie. And how it got here, I haven't a clue. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, looking for my lost shaker song. Well, some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's fault. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker song. Well, some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's fault. There you go. Thank you. You can start whenever you want. So the talk title today is, Why Am I So Angry? So it's my job to try and bring a little joy before we get into all that. So we're going to put on a happy face, all right? Feel free to sing along if you want to. Gray skies are going to clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off those clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Shake off the gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not your style. You look so good that you'll be glad you decided to smile. Pick out a pleasant outlook. Stick out that noble chin. Wipe off that full of doubt look, slap on a happy grin, and spread sunshine all over the place. Just put on a happy face. Put on a happy face. Put on a happy face. Take off that gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not your style. You'll look so good that you'll be glad you decided to smile. Pick out a pleasant outlook. Stick out that noble chin. Wipe off that full of doubt look. Slap on a happy grin. And spread sunshine all over the place. Just put on a happy, put on a happy, put on a happy face. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. I have the pleasure of doing the announcements for you this morning. So please wish me luck, and if you see any practitioners, send them in prayer all around me. That would be great. All right, we have our first announcement this morning is today at 11:45. Reverend Josh is going to be doing a workshop, and it is Affirmations for Life Transformation. And this workshop is for a love offering. Like I said, it's today at 11:45. You will go into this not knowing anything about affirmations. You'll come out of it knowing everything about affirmations, and you will also be able to implement these affirmations in your life so that you can watch your life grow and bloom. Also, Dr. Michelle is doing a foundational class. If you've ever taken Beyond Limits, this is an additional foundational class called Foundations of Science of Mind. And this starts on my birthday, September 19th. That's a plug for us Virgos. Any more Virgos out there? All of us list makers are out there. So on September 19th, Dr. Michelle will be starting this workshop, and she will be going into the 10 principles of science of mind and spirit, including affirmative prayer, meditation, more about affirmations, and all of the things that make this teaching such a wonderful thing that can change your life. I know I've taken the foundational class 3 different times, not because I'm slow, but because I really love it, and I love to go deeper with these teachings. So I encourage you to do that. You can look up both the workshop tonight and the class. You can look at the event center. You can look it up online as well. And lastly, we have a series beginning in October. And those of us on the Adventures in Faith committee have been really working hard trying to make this a great series for you. So there will be 5 weeks of Adventures in Faith, and I would also call it Adventures in Faiths, because we dive into different faiths of all of the great teachings that we embrace here at Mile High Church that make the golden thread of truth through all of the world religions. And so I encourage you to come to that. If you would like to join a small group, you can join a study group for Adventures in Faith, either in person or also for our online folks. And you can join a group and get to know some more Mile Highers that maybe you wouldn't have had a chance to meet before. So that will start in October. And I think that's it. How'd I do? I would much rather sing, I'll tell you that. So speaking of singing, I'd like to introduce me to do a song with you. And it is called God is My Source. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
Tom Litch, Mile High Band. What an incredible music director to pull out Margaritaville for us grieving parent heads today and to do the announcement. So thanks for taking such good care of us, Tom. Good morning and welcome to Mile High Church. Hey, Ron Benson. Hey, happy birthday to you today. If you don't know Ron, he's just like so many Mile Highs, just a wonderful man who's such a presence of love to so many. You've transformed and uplifted so many lives. You've been such an incredible gift to Mile High Church, and I'm grateful for you. Happy birthday.
Virgo.
Keep it, add it to your list, Tom. Add it to your list. Happy Labor Day, where we honor this weekend the dignity of labor. Always have to remember what Lily Tomlin said. She said, the thing about the rat race is that even if you win, you're still a rat. So it's a reminder this weekend that we work not to be a part of the rat race, but because of the fruits of our labor. And that's what Mile High Church is all about. It's all about hard-working self-love and experiencing the fruits of our labor. Greater clarity, greater peace of mind, a heart more full and willing to give and receive love. And I'm so glad that you are here and a part of experiencing that this morning. Welcome everyone watching online as well. We have a vision and a mission that reflects this. If you'd like to say it along with me, it goes like this. Our vision, oneness revealed, a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. And our mission, to serve as a spiritual beacon for personal empowerment and global enlightenment. So with that, I just invite us to move into an experience of the fruits of life. As we move into this time of song, of silence, and prayer, let us know that there's a divine presence, a divine power, a divine creative principle right where we are, filling us with love and opening us to a deeper experience of the truth of who we are and all of life.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence oneness of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
What a joy it is to just come together this morning in prayer. And as we gather here on a Sunday morning, we acquire tools for living, but we also find a deep peace in the stillness, in the silence, and in prayer. And it's a time to remember that God is everywhere present. I see that in the beautiful pinks and blues of the sunrise this morning, reminding me that God's palette and God's beauty is all around me. I also experience it in each and every person, recognizing and seeing and experiencing the divine essence as it moves in, through, and around each and every one of us. And so this morning, we're just reminded to let go, to just relax into that space of peace, to let go of any fear, of any doubt, of any worry, of any challenges, and absolutely know that there is healing, there is well-being, there is abundance, there is joy, always flowing to us. And so we just open our blinds and we allow that sunlight of the Spirit, that infinite abundance, to flow into our lives, to illuminate us, to bring us joy. And how grateful I am simply to remember that this morning. Grateful for this amazing community of Mile High Church, for all the good that we do in the community and in the world. Grateful for all our ministers and staff and all the teams that come together to create this thriving, amazing place we call Mile High Church. So grateful this morning for Reverend Josh and his message, and how it enlarges our perspective, how it uplifts us. And so I know that as I release these words into that amazing alchemy of love and law, that all is well, because all is God, and so it is.
Give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth. Give me light, give me life, keep me free from birth. Give me hope, help me cope with this heavy load. Trying to touch and reach you with heart and soul. Please understand you. Won't you please, oh won't you give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth, give me life, keep me free from birth, give me hope, help me cope with this heavy load, trying to touch and reach you with heart and soul. Oh my Lord, won't you please, oh won't you give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth, give me life, keep me free from birth, help me hope, give me hope, and with this heavy load, trying to touch and reach you with heart and soul. Give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth, give me life, keep me free from birth, help me hope, give me hope, and with this heavy load, trying to touch and reach you with heart and soul. Oh my Lord,
Some inspiration today from Bruce Lee. Emotion can be the enemy. If you give in to your emotion, you lose yourself. You must be at one with your emotions because the body always follows the mind. And from Shannon L. Alder, feelings are something you have, not something you are. And from our founder, Ernest Holmes, he shares, we have within us a power that is greater than anything we shall ever contact in the outer, a power that can overcome any obstacle in our life and set us safe, satisfied, and at peace, healed and prosperous, in a new light and in a new life.
where is the moment you need it the most? You kick up the leaves and the magic is lost. They tell me your blue skies fade to gray. They tell me your passion's gone away. But I don't need no carrying on. Standing in line just to hit a new low. You're faking a smile with the coffee to go. They tell me your life's been way offline, falling to pieces every time. But I don't need no carrying on. 'Cause you had a bad day, you take your walk down, you sing a sad song, but you turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie. You work on a smile, then you go for a ride. You had a bad day, the camera don't lie. You're coming back down and you really don't mind. You had a bad day, you had a bad day. same, and I don't need no carrying on. 'Cause you had a bad day, you take it one down, you sing a sad song and you turn it around. They say you don't know, you tell me don't lie, you work on a smile, then you go for a ride. You had a bad day, the camera don't lie, you're coming back down and you really don't mind. You had a bad day. Ooh, hot day. Sometimes the system goes on the blink and the whole thing turns out wrong. You might not make it bad and you know that it might be that strong, but I'm not wrong. Yeah. So where is the passion when you needed it most? Oh, you and I, you kick up the leaves and the magic is lost. 'Cause you had a bad day, you take it one down, you sing a sad song and you turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie, you work on a smile and you go for a ride. You had a bad day, tell you what you like, trying to just feel one more time. You had a bad day, you had a bad day. You had a bad day. Oh, you had a bad day.
Tom Litch, Bijou Barbosa, Josh Byers, Dr. Kent Rautenstrauss. Good morning. Got some great stuff coming up at Mile High Church. It's back to school time, and Dr. Michelle's going to be teaching a foundation class. We've got lots of other accredited classes as well. If you want an experience of what Mile High Education's about, I get to do a workshop right here in this room at 11:45. You can watch it online as well. Affirmations for Life Transformation. So I'm so happy to be here, but I'm also very angry. Hence the title of the message today, Why Am I So Angry? I thought we'd just start right here and just go around, and so I can get this analysis taken care of. But we all get angry, right? But do you ever stop and say, man, I'm really angry? Maybe not punch a hole in the wall angry, but maybe, kick something. Sometimes I get angry that I'm angry, and I don't understand why. But when I check in and I ask myself, why am I so angry? 95% of the time, it's because so-and-so or such and such is obstructing me from having or getting what I want. And if I could wish for anything to be removed from all of our lives, it would be blame. There's no constructive good to it whatsoever. And it takes our creative power away. Douglas Adams said, when you blame others, you give up your power to change. When you blame others, you give up your power to change. Chuang-Tzu, a great Taoist teacher, said that if you're crossing a river on a boat and an empty boat runs into you, you probably don't yell at it. But if there's someone in the boat, you probably do. And Chuang-Tzu's point here gives us a great analogy about healthy anger and unhealthy anger. Healthy anger is when we step onto the boat of our lives with a clear direction in mind, and even though an obstacle gets in our way, we continue to keep our focus on what we want, or where we want to arrive. Unhealthy anger is when we get caught up in the obstacle. So much so at times that we can forget the destination we wanted to get to altogether and focus only on that which is in our way. Healthy anger, unhealthy anger. It's been a long day at work, and you're on the way home. And what you want is to unwind, to relax, and have some peace of mind. And your cell phone starts ringing. And it's that person from work who you know knows that you're supposed to be off right now, but they're calling you anyways. There's red brake lights all in front of you. You forgot to email so-and-so. Oh, I forgot the Bronco game is on and they're 2 minutes in and down 2 touchdowns already. I have found in any given moment at least 10 or more possible reasons to get ticked off. Unhealthy anger is picking up that phone and being passive-aggressive to the person that called you. Healthy anger is saying to yourself, I will call them back later. Unhealthy anger is trying to force your way through that traffic, blaming everyone around you. Healthy anger is saying, what do I need to do right now to find some calm and peace of mind? Unhealthy anger is saying, I'm going to martyr myself and email that person back as soon as I get home. Healthy anger is saying, how about I email myself a reminder to email them later? Broncos are losing. I'm going to spend the next 3 hours criticizing and arguing with the coaching staff in my mind. Unhealthy anger. Healthy anger, I'm just going to put on some Stevie Wonder and relax. Healthy anger, unhealthy anger. And a lot of us don't like to admit it, but where anger shows up the most is with the people we care about most. Often within our households, we can get into this blame cycle. Ladies and gentlemen of the non-existent jury in my mind, I present to you defendant Nancy June Reeves. I know she's 4, but don't let her fool you. Because on August 25th, 2023 at 5 p.m., Nancy entered my room where I was trying to relax, having sacred video game time, and demanded that I go outside, where it was 102 degrees, by the way, and watch her play. And because I am totally and completely and utterly wrapped around her finger, I did so and pouted and resented the whole entire time. Am I the only one that gets like that? And we've been the person, and we empathize with the person and feel bad for the person who'd rather be right than get what they want, who instead of getting what they want, focuses their life on trying to get other people to see how wrong they are. This is reminiscent of something called the drama triangle, the dreaded drama triangle. Let's see if you ever get into it. It's when we get into that place in life where we see everything happening to us, and we play the permanent role of victim, persecutor, or rescuer. This is also called the Cartman triangle, but for years I thought it was called the Cartman triangle, which has its own wisdom because he's often in it, but we'll have to do the spirituality of South Park some other time. The Cartman triangle. And using our analogy of the boat, it's kind of like this. When you're in the victim mode, that thing that has obstructed you, that has victimized you, even when it goes away, you stay right where the hurt is. And say, look at me and look at what happened to me, and I am stuck right here. Woe is me. Not saying we're not all victimized, but there's a consciousness of victim that sees that we have no ability of constructively moving forward towards our goals and what we want. The persecutor says the victim goes, woe is me, but I'm saying woe is you. That boat that obstructed me, that got in my way, I will chase it around the 4 corners of the earth so that they know the wrong that they did to me. And then there's the rescuer, which says, I'm so sorry you hit my boat. Please let me release any care or need that I have for myself so that I can help you get exactly where it is that you want to go. Victim, anyone ever been there? Persecutor, I know I go there. Rescuer. We can all play all of these roles when we get angry and get caught up in the obstruction. And it's so unfortunate to think about how many people live their whole lives in that drama triangle, in victim, in persecution, in trying to rescue others. It causes us to miss out on not only the fruits of life, but on being a co-creative being with an infinitely creative and powerful spirit. Now, the other thing that can obstruct us besides other people is, of course, ourselves. Fear. We say that there's a destination we want to get to, but the truth is we're afraid of leaving the comfortable, miserable that might be where we are now to get there. And so we'll make up obstructions. We'll make up fears. We'll even seek the obstructions out to keep us from becoming who we know we are meant to be. And then there's grief. Something we can't control, something that is the consequence of loving other people, that can also cause us to feel stuck, cause us to feel in a fog where we don't know if where we wanted to get to is where we want to be anymore. A dear, dear friend of mine shared with me, being in the midst of grief after losing several of the dearest people to her, that for her, grief was like having a big sore toe. It's like having a big sore toe, and if you don't touch it, it's okay. But the littlest prick, I can't find my keys. I'm running 5 minutes late, and it's like everything falls apart. And the fullness of that grief comes forward, and we feel lost again. I can't empathize enough with those of us who get inhibited by our fears or by our grief. But allowing ourselves to have an extra layer of awareness, we can declare, I have grief. Grief does not have me. I have fears. My fear does not have me. I have anger. My anger does not have me. And from that place of extra awareness, we can check in with ourselves and say, what do I need right now? What does my heart need right now? And can I say yes to giving it to myself? The next time you're really angry, what do I need right now? And how can I give it to myself? It could just be opening up your heart to the love of God. It could be surrendering all outcomes. It could be embracing yourself in that moment, saying, if I'm going to break, I'm going to break open. And just allowing ourselves to give ourselves the care that we need so that we can recognize that we can possess these negative emotions, but they don't have to possess us. Staying on this track of healthy anger this morning. Healthy anger is learning to articulate and meet our own needs. Healthy anger is learning to articulate and meet your own needs. What is the opposite of blame? For me, it's responsibility. The opposite of blame is responsibility, and in responsibility, there need be no blame. Chuang-Tzu, in a different stanza, puts it this way. He says, the mature person is like a good archer. When he misses the bullseye, he turns around and seeks the reason for his failure in himself. Again, it's not about blame. It's the ability when we're angry to say, I am responsible for knowing what it is that I want. No one else can do that for me. And I am responsible to seeing that my own needs, physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, are met. And that responsibility is about going into the work, sometimes the courageous work, to get that for ourselves. It helps us with ourselves, and it helps us help the people around us. David Emerald came up with a higher level of consciousness for the drama triangle, and he called it the empowerment triangle. It's where we move from victim to creator. It's where we move from persecutor to challenger. And it's where we move from rescuer to coach. And the person that this works best with is yourself. When you're in that time of anger, to say, am I in a victim place, and how can I move into a creator place so I can make higher choices for my best good today? It's how can I move from this place of persecutor to challenger, not trying to make myself or anyone else wrong, but to ask the question so I can live better and do better and to help other people as well. How can I move to rescuer to coach, where it's not about jumping into the muck with anyone else, but it's about having a little bit of tips in our own experience of how to get out of the muck. I don't have to jump into the pool with you. I can give you tips on how to swim. This helps us move out of that consciousness of to me to from me or through me or as me, and we reclaim our place as a co-creator of our lives with the divine spirit. Healthy anger is articulating and meeting our own needs, which means sometimes that we have to ask for help from the people we love around us. We have to ask for what we want. We have to set boundaries. We have to advocate for ourselves so that other people can help us. Honey, can you watch the kids for an hour so I can go for a run? Son, I want to talk about this, but not right now. Can we talk about it later? Nancy June, I love you, but you're going to have to find a way to play on your own right now. Some of us are worried that we're going to hurt or anger the people we love by setting boundaries or saying what we need or what we want. But trust me, they'd much rather you meet your own needs than stalk through the house like an ogre out of a Tolkien novel. When is the only time that an atheist says Lord? When it's followed by of the rings. Wow. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Asking for what we want is an expression of healthy anger. Articulating our needs is an expression of healthy anger. Meeting those needs is the best way to alleviate that anger and help us get back to the composure and the decorum that we want to embody. In his commentary on Chuang-Tzu's statement, Stephen Mitchell says, when you can live this most radical simile, missing the bullseye may look like a flash or irritation with your spouse or outrage at the morning headlines. Turning around means taking total responsibility. There's no blame or denial in it. Healthy anger is also about getting back to composure. Healthy anger is getting back to composure. Note that healthy anger is not pretending like you're not angry. Healthy anger is being angry, but it's also about getting back to your composure. This anger, it's an alarm clock. I'm not getting what I want. How can I do that? By getting back to composure. We all get angry. Sometimes to help me express this point in my mind, I like to think of the most peaceful people I can think of getting angry. The Dalai Lama is at a New York hotel, wakes up to meditate, and the construction begins outside. Ah! Mother Teresa goes to Chili's, and it takes 15 minutes, and the server has not come to greet the table. Gandhi has that friend, like we all do, that just talks and talks and talks and tells the same stories over and over. Not even Satyagraha is going to help me with this person. Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers. And Mr. Rogers said, we all get mad, but it's what we do with our mad that's important. He was once asked, Mr. Rogers, do you ever get angry? Yes, Mr. Rogers shared. He tells the story of having a really hard day at work. and then going to see his 2 grandsons after, and their folks aren't there. There's a babysitter there, and they're playing with the hose outside. They're doing water play. And the oldest boy, Alexander, starts spraying the hose a little too close to Fred. And Fred warns him, and you imagine an angry Mr. Rogers voice. It's like the most terrifying thing I can imagine. Don't you squirt me with that hose, young man. And the boy gets close again, and that's it. No more water play. And Alexander gets sad, and he says, I'm sorry, Bubba, which is his name for his grandfather. And Mr. Rogers shares that as soon as he got home, he called his grandson. And he said, I'm so very sorry for the way things happened today. You see, I had a really hard day at work, and I realized I was taking my anger out on you and your brother. I am so very sorry. And Alexander said, Bubba, don't worry. Everybody makes mistakes. And Roger shares in this heartfelt way that it brought him to tears. Not only to experience the kind heart of his grandson, but to experience such lovely forgiveness in that way. The truth is, if only we could better practice this with our partners. If only we could better practice this with our co-workers. That willingness to recognize a moment of anger where we lost our composure and to get back by being honest about it. Sharing that our anger did not have anything to do with the person or necessarily what they did, but what was going on with us, our experience of it. It's one of my favorite stories about the leadership of Abraham Lincoln is one day in the midst of the Civil War, a general comes in who had just learned that his wife had drowned and asked to be relieved to go see her. And Lincoln, who's so stressed, says, I can't deal with any more of this. I will not deal with this right now. The very next morning, he's at the man's door with his hat in his hand. I was a bore yesterday. How can I help you? It's not about trying to be this perfect person who's not angry. It's about getting back to our composure and living our lives again. Healthy anger is articulating and meeting our own needs. Healthy anger is getting back to composure. And healthy anger is flexibility. It's flexibility. It's so good to know where you want to go, but if you get there through a vehicle of destruction and lack of kindness, you're not going to like it when you wind up there. Just as important as where we want to go is the nature in which we get there. Just as important as where we're going is how we're getting there and the character that we bring to the table. Sometimes if we're too focused on the destination, we create a kind of tunnel vision. It's just like the morning commute for me. So often I've convinced myself that I'm the only person who has a place to get to, and everyone else is in my way. This is where the George Carlin law of human nature comes in. How come everyone driving slower than you is an idiot, and everyone driving faster than you is a maniac? And some people live their everyday life this way. There are 2 classifications of people, idiots and maniacs, and they're all in my way. It's not just about where you want to go, it's how you're going to get there. And it takes a minute, but when we use that traffic analogy, we can pull back and see, you know what? We're all trying to get somewhere. And we all deserve to get there safely and peacefully and as soon as we can. And sometimes the best opportunities of life are those sidetracks, are those opportunities to let someone over, are those opportunities to get out of the turn lane so that more people can get in. It's our ability to realize, hey, if we all just slow down, we might all speed up. There's that willingness when we're willing to be flexible to realize that I am still getting where I want to go, but maybe a different way than I thought. That opportunity to serve someone, that opportunity to be served or supported by someone can greatly influence our ability to use healthy anger to get us back, not just to where we want to go, but to how we want to get there. I framed an affirmation for us today, and if you so choose, repeat it after me. I am meeting my own needs. I am ever nurturing my composure. I can and will ask for support. And I can change paths without changing destinations. To close with a final thought from Chuang-Tzu today, he shares, consider a window. It is just a hole in the wall, but because of it, the whole room is filled with light. Thus, when the mind is open and free of its own thought, life unfolds effortlessly, and the whole world is filled with light. Taking that into prayer, I invite any of our practitioner prayer partners to stand. Let us make our minds a window for the light of Spirit to come through. Let us make our hearts transparent windows to a transcendent creativity and love, recognizing that the spirit of intelligence, pure in itself, before thought or emotion, is totally and utterly complete within itself. It is the very essence of healing, the very essence of understanding, the very whole enchilada of all that is life, right here in this creative mind that we can take and make anything we want of. But right now, let's just be like a window, allowing this light to come upon any emotions that we may be experiencing in our lives, whether we've labeled them good or bad. Let that light shine on any situation in our lives, whether we've been participating in it at the level of drama or at the level of empowerment. Let this light do the work to allow us to see more clearly, to provide the healing and the grace that perhaps we cannot provide ourselves. But we open to it, to experience its gift and its grace this day. Accepting this love, may we bring it into all of our work so that we can taste the sweet fruits of our labor with the ones that we love in the quiet of our solitude, and as we seek to be an enlightened citizen in our community and in our country and in our world. We open the window of our lives and allow the light to shine in. And so it is. Amen.
Give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth. Give me light, give me life, keep me free from birth. Now give me hope and help me cope with this heavy load, trying to touch and reach you with heart and soul.
Beautiful, Tom. Thank you. As we move into our time of offering, we always like to celebrate things taking place in our community. And I want to celebrate you and our Make a Difference team for all the incredible contributions you made to our school supply drive. We've got some stats here for you. 60 crates of supplies collected and almost $6,000 in monetary donations. Isn't that great when you forget something that you can get? So, if you gave to that or are part of our Make a Difference ministry led by Reverend Jackie, we are so grateful to you. Jackie takes those monies and keeps them in an account, and one of the things that she does is she keeps an open channel of rapport with local teachers and local schools, and so they know they can call Mile High Church if they need some more snacks for their kids or they're struggling to get supplies. And I'm so grateful to Jackie that she does that, and to know that we're directly helping teachers in our local area be the magnificent teachers that they are. So I'm so grateful for that. I want to acknowledge as well, Barry and Stephanie Ebert were so generous, and I'm so grateful to Mark Pino. They allowed us to create this matching fund campaign to raise money for our youth ministry in honor of Dr. Barry's retirement from being an associate minister at Mile High Church. And I just want you to know that in August that you raised a little over $42,000 for our youth ministry. Barry and Stephanie are here today. Thank you so much. We're so grateful for you. And if you still want to give to that, there's on our give page, you can find that information. But we're so grateful for that. A lot of that money will go to help our youth programs now, and some will be invested so that we can, through our wonderful Mile High Foundation, provide means of support for the youth ministry in the future. So you're all great. Thank you so much for all that you do for Mile High Church. Thank you for all that you do to financially support Mile High Church. With that, I invite you to take your gift, and we can bless them all together as we say, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is.
So I need a little help from all of you as you are passing the baskets. I would still love for you to be able to sing this. Because after you've been mad all day, it's nice to have something easy like Sunday morning. Here we go. Here we go. I know it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain. Girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow. Seem to me, girl, you know I've done all I can. You see, I beg, stole, and I borrow. Yeah, ooh, that's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah, that's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Why in the world would anybody put chains on me? I've paid my dues to make it. Everybody wants me to be what they want me to be. I'm not happy when I try to fake it. No. Ooh, that's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning, yeah. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. I wanna be high, so high. I wanna be free to know the things I do are right. I wanna be free, just me. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning, yeah. Oh, that's why I'm easy.
Thank you, Tom, Mile High Band. Easy like Sunday morning. What an energy to take into the rest of our day and to start our week. If you are new to Mile High Church, welcome. We have some information in our Welcome Center if you'd like to find out more about who we are and what we're doing. Or there's also resource counters at the end of our lobby for more information. Our prayer practitioners are coming down front. They would love to support you in affirmative prayer right after service. Or you can also submit a written prayer request in our lobby or also online.
Thank you, Michelle. At 11:45, right in this room or online, we're going to do a workshop on affirmations, how to create a creative affirmation, an anchoring affirmation, and a celebratory affirmation to co-create a life that you'll love. So I'm looking forward to doing that. We also, I don't want to work, I just want to bang on these drums all day. You remember that? Next week, next Sunday, we're going to have a drum circle out there. And so grateful to Gregory Merritt for putting that together for us. So bring a drum if you have one, but we'll have some here as well. And again, fall classes are coming up. Dr. Michelle is teaching foundations class, and Reverend Michelle, you're going to be teaching self-mastery.
Yes, I'm so excited to teach this class because one of the things that I love about it is it helps deepen into knowing yourself a little bit deeper and expands emotional intelligence, and then that spills off into the relationships in your life. And so it's an amazing class. If you'd like more information, I'll be at the event center after service.
Thank you, Michelle. Tom Litch to do Jimmy Buffett, George Harrison, and Lionel Richie all in one day is pretty impressive feat. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mile High Band. If you'd like, stand or take a hand and repeat after me as we say a benediction and then sing our peace song. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind, my body, and all that I do. I give thanks for it, and I accept it. Just the way that it is, and just the way that it is not. Thank you, life.
Put chains on me. I've paid my dues to make it. Everybody wants me to be what they want me to be. I'm not happy when I try to fake it. No, ooh, that's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning, yeah. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like gonna be